Hi, welcome to the CADWorx Steel tutorial. This guide is to help you get started using CADWorx Steel, which is part of CADWorx Plant Professional, also available as a standalone module. It's a third-party software that is integrated within AutoCAD. So if you're familiar with AutoCAD, getting into CADWorx isn't that big of a stretch. I'm using CADWorx Plant Professional, so I have access to the CADWorx Plant tabs as well as the CADWorx Steel tab and CADWorx HVAC. For this series, I'm only going to be talking about CADWorx Steel. That's my specialty. I work in civil structural. I deal with structural steel a lot, specifically using CADWorx Steel. You might have a version that only has CADWorx Steel. You won't have access to the other menus. But for what we're doing, we're just going to focus on the CADWorx Steel tab. This is using the ribbon. If you're not a ribbon user and you're used to using toolbars, what you can do is add the CADWorx toolbar. Let me turn mine on here. I don't have my my toolbar, actually my menu bar turned on. So I'm going to type in the menu bar command, set that to 1, and it's going to bring up the standard menus up here. I'm going to go to Tools and then Toolbars, and then there's a few different CADWorx toolbars here, and you'll see that Steel is kind of broken up into a few different ones. You've got Steel Draw, you've got Steel Edit, Steel Shapes, and then there's even Steel BOM for the bill of material. There is also another one that is, if I could find it, just called Steel under Pipe Alt. These are under Pipe RIB. Under Pipe Alt, just go to Steel, and it will have mostly everything that you're going to need for most of your modeling with CADWorx Steel. Some of the stuff is not available in this. It's kind of more of an aggregate of the most popular things you're going to use. But if you want the individual toolbars, just go to Pipe RIB and you can select those here. And then if you want the kind of consolidated one, go to Pipe Alt and you can activate it there. Or if you're a ribbon user, just go to the CADWorx Steel tab and you can use it that way. Let me go ahead, and then you'll have access to all of the commands that CADWorx Steel has to offer. Okay, turn all these off. So let's go ahead and get started with the layout and what's included in here. The menu system is broken down into 5 parts, 3 of which I'm actually going to go over. The Steel Shapes, Steel Draw, and Steel Edit. Steel BOM contains both database management and creation of the steel bill of material. But the steel bill of material inside of CADWorx Steel isn't the best. It's a little clunky, and it's only able to be placed inside of model space. So I don't recommend using it if you don't need to. In fact, most of the time, if you're doing detailing, it's going to be in a different, more specific detailing software. CADWorx Steel, I've seen, is mostly used for engineering firms that do general steel details, not actual steel detailing. So you really won't need the steel bill of material anyways. Okay. Inside the steel shape section is where you're going to be choosing your 3D steel shapes. You've got your wide flange beams, your C channels and MC channels, your angles, T's, including wide flange T's, pipes, and square tubing, also known as hollow structural steel, flat bar, rods. And then you've got your channels. These are shapes that actually aren't defined within CADWorx by default. You'd have to go in there and define them, or have somebody like a manager go in there and define them. Things like the channel lip, the angle with the lip, your Z shape, good for, I guess, purlins in buildings and girts, and then double angle. These shapes are not actually defined. So the ones I'm going to be going over in this series are going to be the first 8. In the steel draw, you have additional non-shape entities that can be drawn up. You have the plate tool, just for drawing generic plates, any size plates. You have base plates, which is specifically meant for base plates and end plate connections that have holes in them at set distances. You've also got, as far as creation goes, you've got a ladder tool to create a dynamic ladder without having to create the individual pieces of the ladder, a handrail tool, and a stair tool that will create these things automatically. There is a steel bolt tool, but again, it's not fully fleshed out, so it doesn't have anything set up by default. These other functions are not really used, like user shape, frame creation. You can use them, but I have not seen them used at all. So I'm not going to go over those. They're not extremely important, honestly. Same thing with lofted steel components. Steel single line is used pretty extensively. A lot of people don't know how to use it. I will go over a single line steel tutorial. I use it all the time. I definitely think it's worthwhile if you're going to be using CADWorx to learn single line steel. It can make steel drawing creation fast and easy. User shapes, you won't have need to get into any user shapes. A generic attach, I'll go over that later on. It's kind of a very specific case driven function. And setting size by component here, I'll go over that later as well. Under steel edit, these are things you're going to be using to modify your steel components after you've drawn them. Things like coping, mitering, cutting steel members, union steel members together, which is not the same as an AutoCAD union. Editing, this is for editing details about the members, and I'll get into what kind of information can be edited, and a few other things that I'll go over. So this is what we're gonna. This is kind of the layout. This is the toolbar you're gonna stick with most of the time. I believe all of these do have command line counterparts if you want to use your command line, but you may already have enough things you're using aliases for. But you can definitely set aliases for some of these or for all of these because they're all command line driven. So starting with that, we'll move on to the getting right into shapes next.